Hello and welcome to the Monthly Marquee. I'm your host, Bart Lovins, Director for Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center. My first guests are our PAC Spotlight for the month. Please welcome Mike and Gracie Skaggs. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, thanks so much for being with us today. We've been touring around in Skaggs' limousine. No, that's just coincidental.
We're not related.
Right. No more. Or are you related to Ricky Skaggs?
No.
No, so just a lot of coincidence. Yeah, exactly. And the reason we got you here today, because you're both involved with our production of the Nutcracker that we do at the Dance Center every year. And you guys have been with the Nutcracker for many years now. Gracie, how did you get started in Nutcracker?
Well, my sister was in the Nutcracker, and I always watched her as a baby, and probably till I was 4 or 5 years old. And then I started dancing when I was 4. So then I got into the Nutcracker when I was in the 1st grade. And
you kind of have a similar story.
Pretty similar story, yes. Of course, both of the girls were dancing by then, and Sherry Bernard from the Dance Center, she's asked me several times over the years to be a party guest in the Nutcracker, and I would always tell her no because I was kind of scared to even think about stepping on a stage. But she finally convinced me in 2011, and I've been in the Nutcracker for 11 years now. So.
Something you never thought you would be doing.
I never thought I would ever do it. Yeah, I played sports all of my life, and you know, playing on a sports field is way different than stepping on a stage. And the first year that I did this, I was scared to death. I don't think my heart has ever beat quite as fast as it did that first time I stepped on stage. But
so funny, you know, and I do think there are a lot of parallels between performing on stage and performing as an athlete. There's an adrenaline rush, there's the butterflies and all of that, but it is different.
Oh, it's way different. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but I could easily settle on a baseball field without too many nerves, but stepping on the stage was just a totally different story. So.
Fascinating. Gracie, this is your second time being our Spotlight.
Yes.
Actually, you were a Spotlight 6 years ago,
yeah,
you said?
2015 when I was Clara.
When you were the lead, Clara, in the show. So how does your experience today compare to your experience then? What have you learned since then about performing to now?
Just how
does that question make any sense?
Like how to control my nerves, really. Because I remember being Clara and like opening night, I was just like, the curtain's about to go up. Like this is so scary. But obviously, once the curtain gets up, everything's fine. But now I don't get near as nervous.
And what are you doing in the performance this year?
This year I'm Snow Queen, I'm a party guest, and in Waltz of the Flowers.
And that's kind of like the Triple Crown when you get right down to it.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of the dancers look forward to being a party parent. For one thing, they get to dance with the adults, and that's kind of fun, or their parents. And Snow Queen is one of the pivotal roles in the show.
Yes, absolutely.
And the waltz is a whole nother thing.
Oh,
Explain, because I don't think it's one of those things that a non-dancer you think about, but those are really coveted positions. What's so special about that dance?
About Waltz of the Flowers?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. It's like when you hear that song, you immediately think of Christmas time. So when you see the Waltz of the Flowers, it's like,
official.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's what this is from. It's from the Nutcracker.
Waltz of the Flowers is one of my favorite things to watch from the balcony because I think
all the formations.
It's like a
really
kaleidoscope.
Cool. Yeah,
it's real with the colors of the dresses and stuff. And what they do with lights and stuff. We got to get off the air now because we have to make room for everything else coming up. But Mike, I just wanted to ask you one last question. There's got to be other dads in particular that are being poked and prodded to become a party parent. What would you tell one of those dads who Sherry's trying to convince to get them to take the leap on stage?
Oh, I would say go for it. I mean, it's very rewarding. You know, I've had the opportunity to be on stage with both of my daughters, and That it's just fun to watch them do their thing and to be right there on the stage with them. It's exciting, and so I would recommend anybody, if you're thinking about it, give it a shot, because it's worth it.
The memories are worth all the butterflies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for being
Thank
with
you.
us today. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Next up on the monthly Marquee, please help me welcome Carrie Lewis with Hardin County Playhouse. Carrie, you guys have been so busy.
Yes,
and it's
we have.
so wonderful.
It is.
Fill us in first off. I know that you guys just got through big part of the worldwide celebration all together now.
Yes.
A wonderful program developed by Music Theater International as a fundraising effort for community theater groups across the world.
Right.
How was your involvement with that?
It was fabulous, and it was a wonderful presentation. We have so much talent here in Hardin County. Anybody who missed it, I feel bad that you did, because we only did it that one weekend. But we have got such fabulous young people in this community. They're just amazingly talented, and I totally enjoyed it. It was just a perfect evening. It was just the right amount, just a good variety of stuff. So it was really good, and I think we did really well with it. Everybody that came to see it really enjoyed it. So.
And those funds were raised for the theater, and how will they benefit you guys?
Well, of course, we have overhead, which we have, that goes on. No matter what else is going on, you still have your monthly costs of operation, which we have kept to a minimum. But we're doing a lot putting into our building fund, because we still, hope to build our own theater at some point in time. So we had a lot of things up and going for that fundraising, and of course, when COVID hit, people weren't getting together, and certainly a lot of businesses weren't apt to donate much money to anything, simply because there were so many more urgent needs, people that needed food and rent and housing, things like that. So it was kind of impossible to go out and do any fundraising, but we're hoping to pick that up again in the coming year. So.
And in the meantime, the ball keeps rolling forward.
Yes, it does.
What's next up for the Playhouse?
Next up, we've got 3 shows planned for the next few months. One of them is the only one I can talk about, The Diary of Anne Frank, which is an absolute timeless classic. I think it's perfect. We're having auditions at the ECTC Science Auditorium on January 10th and 11th. So that'll be coming up. Anybody who's interested in that, we'll keep it posted on our Facebook page and the website. And the performances for that particular play will be March 11th through 13th and the 17th through the 20th.
And what are you looking for that production?
We're looking for a variety of ages. We need some young folks to play the younger family members, and some older folks to play the older family members, as well as the Nazi police and so forth. So, but I'm really. The last time I saw that performance, it was so powerful, and you would think with all the many decades that have gone by that it would seem less relevant, but it seems even more so now. So I think it's a very timely piece, and I'm encouraging anybody who's interested in theater, please try out for it, and certainly anybody who's interested at all, please plan to come see it. So.
And then you have other things that are going to round out this season.
Yes.
That you're still working to get
yes,
things settled on those.
Until we get the rights in hand, we're not supposed to publish those things. So we didn't realize that until we found out last month. But and then we'll be planning our new season for the next coming year. So
now, how do you plan a new season?
Well,
what's involved there?
It's really quite a bit of strategy, because you have to think about what the public would like to see and what would sell good and what works for the space that we're in. We also have guest directors that come on to do different things, and we have to find out what they would be interested in directing. So, and then we have the schedule of ECTC Science Auditorium, so we have to work around all those things to come up with just the right season, just the right mix of drama, comedy, and maybe a little music.
And what's in a typical season for you folks?
Well, usually in the past we've...
Well, and I was going to say,
yeah.
There is no usual right now for any of us. So that's an unfair question.
Yeah.
But what are you aiming for next season?
We would like to have a good sprinkling of drama, comedy, and music. Something that would round out a wonderful season and be entertaining for folks, and maybe a little thought-provoking as well. So, You know, because I think that's the business of theater, is to make people think and feel and experience things that they might not normally do otherwise. So we're looking forward to it.
So with everything going on with your season and with fundraising, how can people get involved? How can they help out?
Okay. We can always use volunteers, and you can find us on Facebook, that's Hardin County Playhouse, or the website, hardincountyplayhouse.com. If you're interested in volunteering, please send us a message there, and we will get back with you. If you're interested in donating, please get in touch with us. We'll be happy to assist you in that endeavor. So,
Thank you so much, Carrie.
you're welcome. Have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you.
Next up on the program, please welcome Sarah Vaughn with the State Theater. Sarah, it's great to see you. Happy holidays.
As always,
Merry
you
Christmas,
too.
all of that.
You too. It's coming up fast.
Now, I know that when this airs, you, like us, are already full speed Christmas.
Yeah.
Give us just a review of what you've been involved with the city up to this point.
Oh gosh. So we, of course, have Christmas in the Park, which is in our 31st year of Christmas in the Park. And we see anywhere from 60 to 100,000 people for that. So that alone is its own thing. So that kicks off always the day before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. So that has been going very well, thankfully. And cars, it's crazy, the traffic that's out there, but that's been going great. At the theater, we have had Breakfast with Santa, which was an uber success. People absolutely love that. We had to add on an hour this year. And of course, I'm sure you've seen this too with missing the Christmas celebrations last year. We've seen a huge uptick, and people are buying those tickets even faster. If anything, it's stuck us all in fast gear. So
Yes, yeah.
it's been pretty crazy.
There was, we went from first gear to fourth gear.
Exactly.
There was no no shifts in between.
Nope. Kind of like how I drive every day is now. If I were to drive a stick shift.
If you only knew.
Don't let the police hear that.
When we go to have staff lunch, Ron can attest to this. Who's driving? I'll drive. No, Bart, it's okay.
No.
Diane will get us there.
No,
It'll
we're
be fine.
good.
We
We
want
don't
to
wanna-
get there in one piece. We'll be fine.
I have 6 o'clock dinner plans tonight. I'd like to make it to. Yeah, I know. I understand. And I take it as a compliment. That's how I choose to take it. But no, we also, we're in our 4th or 5th year, I've lost count because of COVID, of the Holly Jolly Trolley, which we actually renamed this year. And that's exactly what it is. It is the Holly Jolly Trolley. And we started this with the Polar Express kind of idea in mind of going to see the lights. And so you pay for a ticket, you and your family, you jump on the trolley, you get to go see Christmas in the Park on a trolley. And you go through the lights, and then you get to sit down with Santa and see him and get a photo and have hot cocoa, and we have coloring activities and crafts for the kids. And
wow, I love that.
it is so much fun. It is so much fun. We wish we could do trolley rides every day, but then part of me doesn't want to, because then it takes out that specialty of only having the limited routes. So that is something, the 17th and 18th is the last weekend for that. So those tickets go on sale in early November. They sell out like that, just like the Breakfast with Santa. So pretty much if you need a surefire event, just bring in Santa is what I've learned.
Yeah,
so
he's very popular.
He's very popular. So it's just been crazy town. In our movies, so Christmas Vacation, which I have yet to meet someone who has not seen that movie, or at least enjoys it to some extent. That's on TV like every day during November and December, right? We still sold 400 tickets to see that at the theater. It's insane. It is insane. So, being able to show classics like that, A White Christmas, the 2018 Grinch Who Stole Christmas, it's something that the theater will always be known for, and we love. That was what it was built for, was to show movies. And so we love being able to get to do that, and a couple of concerts thrown in here and there. By the time this airs, we will have wrapped up our final reschedule from COVID-19.
No way.
Can you believe it?
You've got them all sorted out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I never want to do that again. literally a 2-year concert series is not meant to be. So, so yes, we literally had people that call and say, I bought these tickets a year and a half ago. Do I still have them? You know, and I'm thinking, I feel you. Yeah. You do. We didn't resell them. But so that has gone through, you know, and just wrapping up the year, and it has definitely become the place to have Christmas parties. I think it always has been, but we feel like we restarted, you know, because of COVID. So it's just been a really, really great Christmas season so far, and we're taking notes and getting ready for next year. So,
well, speaking of which, what are you doing to welcome in the new year?
Well, we have a couple of concerts that are on the books right now. You can rental concerts, which is why I don't have them off the top of my head. Very well planned out today, Bart. But we did just recently announce our first concert of next year. We're going to do a lot less bookings of our own shows.
Mm-hmm. To make more room for the people who didn't get to do things the last couple of years.
Exactly.
That's kind of where we are, too.
Exactly. Thank you. Because people say, why aren't you booking? Well, our phone's ringing off the hook of people wanting to bring shows in and rent.
Yeah.
And they're just as good as shows as we're going to bring in. So we're going to fill any kind of holes or gaps that we see. But as of right now, unless a great deal comes through my desk, as far as a booking, you know, we're covered up with rentals, which is the goal of the theater, and it helps everyone. So we are covered up so far, and booking agencies are calling left and right, promoters are calling left and right, and it's really great. It's a really great thing for the theater. So we're super excited about that. I believe in January too, we're going to have another showing. Keith Anderson always comes forth every year and does a play that just shows, highlights African American culture to the nth degree. And it's something that he started doing a few years ago, and honestly, I can't remember if he did it during COVID. Probably not. But it's something that has just, we've really been able to embrace partnering with him and helping him out on promotions and things like that. It's something that hasn't been at the theater before. Yeah. That is very needed in our community, especially in the times we're living in. Sure. So that's on the books, I believe, for January or February. But buy that ticket. It's completely open to the public, obviously, and you're going to get some great information, some great education done in a way of it being a production. Cool. So
how can we learn more about all of that's going on? All of it.
The State 270 is going to be your
State 270.
Yep, and we have our marketing coordinator, Priscilla, does a phenomenal job of putting everything on social media and Facebook. So as we announce it, as ticket sales come available, you can find it all on social media. Great. So, and then just click the state270.org to buy all your tickets. Everything is online. Or if you say, I'm not messing with that internet, which we hear a lot, you just come on in and we'll sell you a ticket face-to-face too. So
wonderful. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Bart.
Please join me in welcoming Carmen Caldera-Bratska, representing the Elizabethtown Performing Arts Center. Carmen, how are you? You look very fall festive today.
Yes. It's been so nice and warm up until now that I'm not letting it go. I refuse to accept winter until there's snow.
That makes perfect sense. Well, what have you got going on right now? We're closing out. I was just talking with Sarah Vaughn, and she and I are about in the middle of our Christmas heyday right now.
Right.
Everything's happening very quickly. People are trying to get as many things done with the holidays approaching as they can. Where are you guys at the Performing Arts Center for Elizabethtown at the moment?
Well, we just reopened. So we will have our first concert since 2019. Thursday night.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's kind of a matter of remembering how we do this.
I will tell you from experience, it ain't that easy.
No. 2 years off, and it's completely relearning a whole lot of stuff.
The words right now that I say more than anything else is, I'm so sorry, we are out of practice.
Yes.
We're just not attuned to moving at the level of speed that we were before COVID.
Yes. We are not the well-oiled machine that we were. And with my staff being 100% volunteers, I've lost 2 years worth of my senior volunteers who had had all of that experience. And so it's a matter of, not only are we not a well-oiled machine, we've got to find all the parts.
Yes.
and put them all back together. And so, so it's an adventure. It's a fun adventure, though. So,
Well, what have you got coming up?
next week we get to welcome our bands back to the EPAC. Tuesday night, the 14th, we have TK Stone bands at 6:30, and then Thursday the 16th we have TK Symphonic Band and the Elizabethtown High School concert band at 6:30, and then we are done until January.
And then?
And
What
then
with the new year?
with the new year, we will see theater come back. We have auditions to recast half of 1984. That's the show that we were doing when everything shut down. So we're going to recast the seniors that have graduated and start over with that, which will hopefully come to the stage in April. We're allowing a lot of time for whatever may happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have more band and choir concerts in the spring. Hopefully our jazz band will make a return. And
they'll have to build back up as
yes,
well.
Yes. And it's a whole lot of, like I said, we are just now reopening. So it's going to take time for people to find out we're reopened and start booking things. So we will see.
Well, and I know I could speak for Sarah as well. We have a lot of differences in how we operate as to your facility, but there are a lot of parallels as well. And we've both been where you are right now. And if either of us can be of any help, we're all just a phone call away.
Thank you.
Even if it's just a sounding board, because we know where you are. We know those feelings. We know the frustrations. We know the joys that you're getting ready to have, and we can help in any way we can. Please let us know.
Thank you.
How can people learn more?
Our Facebook page is Elizabethtown Performing Arts Center. That is the best way to get in touch with us and to keep up with what's going on.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, folks, that is going to wrap things up for this month's Monthly Marquee. Have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you in January.